And still on the conversation of creating employment, in studio I'm joined by Mwangi, who is the CEO and MD of AJW Africa, that is Apprentice Job Work Africa. AJW Africa designs and executes social impact programs on behalf of local, international and regional banks, corporates, donor partners and other institutions. The focus is to create sustainable, decent and meaningful employment for the African youth through MSMEs, while also creating long-term profitability for the MSMEs. And Jane, this is a huge discussion that we've had in this country, unemployment. There must be some missing links, considering the time that we've taken to figure out, creating employment for the youth who are majority in this country. What are some of these missing links?
Thank you so much, first and foremost, for having me here. Let me say that the missing links that we have is so much the lack of intentionality and the lack of creating ecosystems that are symbiotic in terms of how they relate to each other and how they feed into each other. Now, when you look at a lot of the things that we are doing, we are so siloed. A big congratulations, especially to what it is we've just seen CS Labor, on launch today. A big congratulations to what it is we are seeing with the banks and the profits that they're all making. A big congratulations even to all the work that Ministry of Industrialization is doing. So right there, you're looking at labor, you're looking at MSMEs, you're looking at financials, but all of them seem to be so siloed. Now, what it is we do as the AJW Africa, as the word suggests, is Apprentice Job Work Africa, is really saying that all those young people that we are seeing, especially the graduates, the graduates that we are having coming out from the TVETs, the graduates that we are having coming out from the university, why would we invest so much in them and then have them all on the streets? Supposing we intentionally connect the dots. And in connecting those dots is where we are saying that those coming out from TVETs, let's give them an opportunity to work as apprentices. And working as apprentices is really taking the whole pool of MSMEs that we have, and because MSMEs, we have about almost 82% of the ones who are the ones who create jobs in this country. But all of those, that big pool of MSMEs, they lack technical skills. They lack a skilled workforce. And that skilled workforce for us is those guys who are graduating from the TVETs. You've just seen, the business that is doing, it's a livestock feed. Right there, as I watched that, I'm thinking, you have a young graduate, graduating, coming out from a Bukura Institute of Technology, Agriculture, Institute of Agriculture. If you took that young man from Bukura and placed him in that business and have him work as an apprentice, not as an intern, but as an apprentice, in terms of him learning the work, the on-the-job training. But at the same time, as he's doing the technical work, you have all those young people who are graduating from the university. And then you think of the lawyers, the marketers, and the accountants, and even, the agribusiness, the agronomists. Yes. And you simultaneously deploy them into that small business we have just seen. And you give them clear KPIs for a period of 6 months. And at the end of the 6 months, you're telling the two parties, the TVET graduate and the university graduates, to now bring to bear all the learning that they have gotten from college. And you're telling the MSME itself, allow them, give them an opportunity to practice what it is they have learned. And after 6 months of all that, apprenticeship, they should be able to give you results. And if they give you results and results that are clear in terms of growth of the business, and you will know that this business has grown if we're able to formalize it and give it access to loans, because the banks have the loans. But what the small businesses lack is entities that will come to package them for the loans that the banks have set aside for them. But really, the entities that will come and package them are the university graduates who are seated at home idle. But then we must deploy them into that small business simultaneously. And this is what we call connecting the dots for us. Yes. But after 6 months of that apprenticeship, they should be able to see the business grow from point A to B. And if it grows from point A to B, what then we end up seeing is that small business will retain these university graduates and TVET graduates as workers.
Yes.
Give them an opportunity now to work in that business for a period of 24 months, because they themselves, as young people, have demonstrated their capacity and their capability. And after the 24 months of giving them that opportunity to work now as employees, and that's what we are calling jobbers, then after that they can go into work. Work for us under AJW Africa is really entrepreneurship.
Yes.
But these young people, when they graduate from universities and from TVETs, they are not yet ready to go solo. Even if the banks give them money, that money is likely to become a bad loan. Yes. It's likely to generate an NPL. But if we systematically and in a very, very systematic and intentional way,
yes,
have them as apprentices, then as jobbers for a period of 2 years. Then after that, we can give them loans to go solo.
Definitely.
And that way, we are likely to reduce our NPLs, to see business grow. And the more they grow, the more they go and take more young people from the streets.
And that is actually, it's a very clear and elaborate plan, as you put it. It takes intentionality. So take the components, because for business to prosper, it needs certain elements of it. You've spoken about credit, which is quite critical, but MSMEs majority are informal. So utilize this pool of students coming from these higher learning institutions, deploy them, help formalize, help streamline here. Children from tertiary TVETs, for example, those skills. So you're creating an ecosystem of a business that will be able to withstand the forces. Question is, at what cost?
At AJW, when you look at the cost, it's not even as much, because when they are apprentices, we are saying give each one of them 10K as the stipend. I don't even want to call it a stipend. I want to call it a salary, because they have clear KPIs. And if you're giving each one of them that 10K, you are really telling them it's 10K to give you a meal and to give you transport every single month for 6 months. But then even to the MSME, because you are giving them trainees, really when you think about it, give that MSME an incentive to host these young people. Because you're cognizant of the fact that you're telling this person, the owner of the MSME, to come and handhold and to give these young people an opportunity and to even supervise them. But above all, you're telling the MSME, supervise, its on-job training, and give them an incentive of about 5,000 shillings every single month to really take care of their costs. And essentially we are saying it's gonna cost us something. Miracles are not gonna happen.
Yes.
It will cost us something. But if we give the young people that opportunity just for 6 months with clear KPIs, handhold them and give them the mentorship and the on-the-job training, we should be able to start seeing growth.
Definitely, very important. Jen Mwangi, CEO, AJW, Apprentice Job Work Africa. And I know you might be a young person or an SME out there. Please, just search AJW Africa. Get in touch with them, and I believe that we'll get to boost our MSMEs. With that said, we take a short break. All right, here on Business Today, we'll return with more. Stay tuned.